Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here, and today I'm going to show you how to cut out the inside and outside of images using the Brother ScanNCut. Okay, we're going to be cutting the inside and outside of this anchor, meaning we're cutting the anchor and we're going to cut out the hole in the inside of the anchor. Okay, this is a nice set by Stampin Up called Seaside Shore, and I use this anchor all the time. Okay, so what I've done before this tutorial started is I've just gone ahead and stamped the anchor 4 times, okay, because I could have stamped the whole page of anchors, but onto Whisper White cardstock, but I don't want to have you wait for the scanning and cutting process. I want you to learn how I'm doing it, okay. And I also wanted to tell you that I use painter's tape. If you've watched my tutorials, you know that the mats are not very sticky. I like to use, low-tack painter's tape. Okay, now this tutorial was inspired by my friend Florence, who wrote and asked me, she said, I bought a basket stamp and I cannot get the middle to cut out. So Florence, this is for you, because we are going to be showing you how to cut out the middle of a stamped image. Okay, I might not be using a basket stamp, but the concept is the same. So, this is what might be happening to you. You're cutting out the image like this, and you still have the inside, but you want to cut out the image like this, where you have the hole. Okay, so that could be the middle of your basket. Okay, so this tutorial is for you, Florence. Okay, and for all my other crafty friends who are interested in doing the same thing. We're going to select Scan when we turn on the machine. Okay, we're going to select Scan to cut data. We usually do directly cut, but this time, in order to do this trick I'm going to show you, we need to use Scan to cut data. I'm going to go ahead and load the mat. Okay, the reason we need to use Scan to cut data is the feature of cutting inside and outside is only available in that Scan to cut data mode. Now, I wish Brother would make it available in the direct cutting mode. Maybe if enough of us request that. It might happen, you never know. Okay, so it's recognizing my 4 anchors. And I have a little sip of coffee while it's doing that. Okay. This is the other reason I didn't, stamp an entire page of anchors. All right, here we are. Now, here's our 3 options. When you scan to cut data, that's what we're doing. This is the outline, so I get the outline of my anchors. Well, I don't want that. I could have done that in the other mode. And then this is the recognition mode, where you cut the inside and outside of the image that you've scanned, and that's what I want, the recognition mode. And the last mode was just lines. I just want to cut out the lines around the paper. We don't need to do that. All right, so here we go. We're going to select the region that this is all we're doing is selecting the region we're going to save. Okay, it even wants to save my little painter's tape, doesn't it? Don't worry that you don't select everything. Don't cut off your anchors, but I'll show you how to get rid of the little bits around the sides in the next part. Okay, there we are. We have our anchors. We have the region selected. It's going to let us preview that. Looks good to me. I'm going to say save. Where am I saving? Well, you have 3 options. You can save to this machine, okay, which I'm going to be doing, to a USB thumb drive. And, if you don't already have one, you should get one. I use my little skateboard here. Okay, this just plugs right into the back of my Brother ScanNCut, and I save things to it and go back and forth between, the machine and my computer. Or you could save to your computer if it's hooked up with the USB cord or wirelessly. Depends on your model. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and save this to the machine. And there's the file name. Doesn't matter because we're going to go find it. It's the last file. Okay. Watch this. Now, this next part, very important, and I assume that you're probably going to have to, pause and rewind and replay this part of the video, because this is the tricky part. I'm going to go home. I'm going to say home. Now, do you want to delete all patterns? Well, yes. You're like, oh no. No, it's okay to delete all patterns because we just got done saving it to the machine. So it's okay to say delete. Now, very important, I don't want to take my mat out of the machine. If I take my mat out of the machine, how am I going to cut these anchors out in the right place? Okay, my paper is taped to this mat. I want to cut these anchors. Do not take the mat out of the machine at this point. Just go to Pattern, okay, and we want to go to Save Data. We want to go find that data on our machine. I have lots of pages of data. I could scroll through 1 to 10 pages, but instead I'm just going to go backwards. That'll get me to page 10. You might just have 1 page of data. There's that file name, 74. There are my anchors. Yippee skippy. Okay, let me zoom in and show you. Zoom in again. Look how awesome that is. All my anchors are the way I want them. They all have the hole in the middle. And surprisingly enough, I didn't get the extra bits. If I did get the extra bits, I could have deleted them in the editing mode. The extra bits meaning the sometimes the tape gets scanned. Okay, I'm just go ahead and say okay. And I could be in editing mode, but I don't need to edit. I can just go ahead and cut. Okay, so I have Whisper White cardstock. I have a blade depth of 5. That's good. That's fine. 5 is fine for Whisper White. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut. When I use Designer Series paper, I use a blade depth of about 4. Okay, when I use Whisper White cardstock, I use a blade depth of 5. And when I use thick Stampin' Up cardstock, I use a blade depth of 6. But always get to know your machine to figure out what blade depth you need to use. I stamp these anchors using Dapper Denim ink onto Whisper White cardstock. And what's going to be really awesome is, I can use these anchors as little tags because they have a hole in them. I can add a little, twine or ribbon. All right, now, crafty friends, you are allowed to remove the mat. Up until this point, you did not remove the mat, okay? But now we have to remove the mat to get our anchors. So here are our anchors. Let's go ahead and just peel them off the mat. Okay. And there we are. I'll put my hand behind it. Okay, there we are. Put my hand behind it so you can see. Okay. Now, yeah, my machine could use a little bit of calibration, but that's okay that there's a little bit of white. In fact, I actually want an outline around my anchor, which I'll be showing in another tutorial. Okay, so there we are. We've cut out the inside and outside of our image using the Brothers ScanNCut. Okay, please check out my other tutorials because what I want to show you what's coming up, and these are tutorials in my mind at this point, is I want to go and take the this Crafting Forever stamp set, and I want to cut out the scissors, and I want to cut out the inside and outside of the scissors, but I want to cut a border around the scissors, an outline distance. Okay, because I'm using them for bookmarks. Okay, and then lastly, the tutorial after that, that's in my mind that I'm going to try to do today, is I'm going to take this Color Me Happy stamp set, and I'm going to go ahead and take the word thank, and I'm going to cut out the inside and outside of the word. That means I'll get out this little bit, and I'll get out this little bit, but then I want to cut out a few layers. So I want this, and then I want a couple layers behind it. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 more tutorials to show you those skills. Okay, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe to my video.